Hello YouTube. Just wanted to do a voiceover video over some gameplay that I got from the closed beta test 2 of War Thunder. Did play it quite a bit. Unfortunately, it came out over a Thursday and Friday, which I thought was a bit weird. It wasn't like a weekend test, so I was working during the day, and yeah, I tried to get some gameplay in. I think I only played literally the Thursday night and Friday morning. I didn't get a chance to get on the Wednesday, which is unfortunate because I did enjoy it a lot. So I just wanted to start off in saying I've got very high hopes for this. It's looking really good. Loving the one-shot headshots and the tactical feeling of the game. It does make it feel slightly different to competitive games, such as Battlefield or COD, but I don't think COD is really competitive nowadays. I haven't played the last 2 or 3 CODs that have come out. Just the movement feeling a bit more grounded, but it does still feel quite clunky to me. But I don't think that's likely to change until we get into maybe open beta tests, because I think the main thing is obviously they tried 64 versus 64 in this. So the main thing is probably trying to make sure that it's stable. Game's not lagging, it's not crashing, which it didn't. I didn't have a single crash, and my FPS was very good, I think, throughout the whole time. I rarely had any FPS drops or packet loss or anything like that. My PC has a 4080 9800X3D, 32 gig of RAM, playing off an SSD, of course. Playing at 4K, and if I have a look, getting between 120 and 140 FPS, which is, I don't know about you, but it's good for me. Didn't feel laggy, so yeah, happy with that. But anyway, changes. So I did play the closed beta test 1, obviously the second one. Didn't actually enjoy the first one that much because of the squad-based gameplay. I don't know, it's good and it's not. If I wanted that kind of gameplay, I'd just go and play Enlisted. I think they do need to do something different to sort of make this game stand out, and also not to take away the players from Enlisted as well. They obviously want to keep that running. I don't know, they've got assets in this game. Obviously they did the bots, so surely they can take Enlisted further and just have that as like a squad-based game, because that's also different. There's not any games like that, so I do think people will continue to play that. So first things first, movement from test 1 to test 2. It has changed, it does feel better, but it does still feel quite clunky. Don't really know how to explain it. It's not as smooth as other games that I've played, but of course, as I said, I don't think that's going to change until a bit later on. The climbing and jumping especially, is a bit whack. You can just spam jump. Seems to have a weird animation. I don't want to speak too much about it because I do think it will change. What I do like is the leaning. Absolutely love it when you can lean in a game. Stamina bar, obviously that's good to have. A lot of the keybinds aren't there at the moment, but I think that obviously you will have more keybinds, so I do think that it will end up in a good place. Gunplay I think it felt better compared to the first one. I think they added more sway, but I didn't struggle with the gunplay. Obviously I didn't have a lot of time to get my sensitivity dialed in. My keybinds were wrong as well because I've been playing War Thunder quite a bit recently. I've changed my mouse. I've got a Razer Naga because I play MMOs with 12 buttons on the side. I actually changed the first buttons, instead of them being 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all on the F keys now, for where using radar and stuff like that and jets. So usually I can press 1, 2, 3, 4 on my mouse to bring out my pistol or whatever else. On Battlefield it's like medkit. Oh, just try and nade myself, that's good. So there's a couple times where I was trying to change weapon using the buttons and nothing was happening, so I just sort of stood there like an idiot and then died. But obviously that's like so early on that they probably will be adding keybind options for that. Obviously the 64 v 64 felt amazing. I think when I counted it was usually about 40 people and the rest were bots. But I believe they said that they were going to put bots in anyway around objectives, if I'm not mistaken, so I'm not sure how that's going to look. But as 40 v 40 with bots, it felt really good. There was quite a few games where it was heavily contested on like some of the sites, not just a spawn camping situation like this is. Lots of verticality on the maps. You can sort of get round people, get to good spots. That was nice. The map as well, incredible. Really like this map compared to the first one. The first one was just really dark and grey. Of course, this one's nice and sunny. Nice desert map, always nice. The hit detection actually felt better as well, so they've obviously done some work to that. That was also good. The recoil as well, it's a bit heavier. Spawning on squad mates as well, that's nice. Kind of like Battlefields. But I did have a few times where I tried to spawn on a squad mate and it just chucked me at spawn anyway. But I think that's like if they're in combat or if it's too dangerous to spawn in, it will just chuck you somewhere random. But obviously still, again, very early days, so that will probably change, but it was quite nice to have. One thing I didn't like as well is I think you only had 6 respawns, which isn't great. I think vehicles being one and done is fine, but you should just be able to keep spawning with your kits. If I don't know. 6 respawns, it's just, it doesn't feel good for a game that plays like this, I don't think. It's like if you're playing squad, you're not going to just die 6 times and then leave. It just cut the matches down as well, so I do think that needs to change. It's obviously going to be about grinding the weapons. They don't want you to be able to just keep spawning in using the same weapon because you'll grind it out really quickly, but I don't know. Just, I think it needs to happen. The tanks as well, using anti-tank weapons in this is just insane. I absolutely loved it. Being able to one-shot a tank, it's just, it is incredible. FPV drone's very OP, but kind of like real life, let's be real. So we see what's happening. Also being able to be your own chopper gunner, very cool. Not very good at flying a heli, it's literally my first time using the controls for a heli in like what is kind of like sim. I think you could still fly the heli while you're in that site, so that could be very broken for some of the better pilots. But yeah, that's very cool. Using a heli and then being able to be the gunner, so you don't have some pleb that's gunning. Well, it's only you. You're the pleb. You're the gunner pleb. I forgot where I was. Oh yeah, the anti-tank weapons. Yeah, being able to one-shot tanks is just amazing. It's not like Battlefield where, you know, you're firing 6 RPGs to kill a tank. You can get a tank done in 1. You can shoot its barrel out. You know, you can kill the driver. Love that. Yeah, I had a lot of fun on this, to be fair. I think it is moving in the right direction. Very excited to see what they do next as well, the new maps. And just imagine they put jets in here. I think they got to be careful with that, obviously. F-15s flying around just absolutely littering the place with bombs. But I think jets like the A-10, maybe the Harrier Su-25, I think that could be really fun, using them as strike aircraft. Just coming down, using the 30 mils. I think that could be insane. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. I'll just leave you with the rest of the gameplay. I don't think there's too long left. The match is basically over. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching literally my first ever YouTube video, so please subscribe, like, all of that kind of stuff. Trying to help me. I will be making more content. Trying to make content on like actual War Thunder with tanks, and I'm trying to get better at CAS, but my god, it's difficult. A lot to learn. I've only been back for What, 4 months now? Because I came back as soon as I saw that they were adding infantry. Because I just had really high hopes from them, and it is playing how I wanted it to play. It's like an arcadey squad. A bit more realistic than Battlefield, because that's all I've ever wanted. Usually when I play Battlefield I play hardcore, but then tanks are like still usually majorly OP, whereas this, you've got HUD, you can still one-shot people to the head, you can one-shot the tanks. It's going to be good. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you have a good day.